If you can hear me, this is Councilman at Large, Nathaniel Martin. How do you want to start, and I'll pick up from you. Give me information factually that you need to know. Go ahead, Gowdy.
Well, I would like to thank you for coming out today.
Ms. Gowdy, please move a little bit closer to the microphone. Thank you.
Okay,
That's good.
all right. I would like to thank everybody from coming out tonight, and we really want to let you know that we are we get ready to propose $5,000 and $1,000 for residents that is renters, and we get ready to start our meeting because could you hear me?
We can hear you fine, ma'am.
Okay. So I would like to turn it over to my colleague Nate Martin, Councilman at Large.
Thank you, Councilwoman Wahida Gowdy. It's an honor to speak with you, and I'm thankful that you turned out. What we're talking about is called the American Rescue Plan. This is $13 million that we will receive from the government this year and $13 million that we will receive next year. What we're proposing, and I want you to hear this very clearly, the council, and we had a meeting 3 weeks about it, we came up with $5,000 for people to repair their homes. $5,000, not $3,000. This is not a debate or discussion or to cast aspersions on anyone. We're recommending $5,000 to repair homes. We're also recommending, we have an elevator here in the city of East Cleveland that's been down off and on for years for our elderly can't get up here and that type of thing. We recommended that we use some of that money to repair the elevator. We're also recommending $2 million for the purchase, and here very clearly, of one fire truck, one ambulance. Our fire people, we met with them a few days ago, and they need these vehicles very badly so that our people can be safe when our fire people respond. That's another $2 million. We also recommended $2 million for grants, and this is a suggestion mainly from Juanita Gowdy, and we support it. The $5,000, not $3,000, not to put the $3,000 down, but our recommendation is $5,000, and we think that would make a difference, but it all has to be collaborated between us and the administration. So we're hoping that we can reach that point. Now we got to 2026 to spend this money, so we're not pressed. We want to get this started. I know you've been told that you can put in your application August 1st, but we haven't settled. We haven't reached a consensus on some of these issues, and that's to be positive. Also, we're talking about infrastructure. We're talking about not just Euclid Avenue being paved, which we're getting done now. We're talking about the side streets that you guys live on. We're talking about Hayden. We're hoping that we can do something in that area. All of this is negotiable. All of it is. We're reaching out, and I'm speaking for me, and I think the council, we're reaching out that we sit down and see where we can reach some consensus and reach some common ground on how to spend this money. We have to be a part of this. That's why it's 5 of us and 1 mayor. So this is the purpose of this meeting, to say we are recommending $5,000 for home repair. We're recommending money for our fire, for our police, for the infrastructure of our streets, all of that. 13 million this year and 13 million next year. That's why we said, let's go to the public. I've been out in the street personally the last 3 days, knocking on doors and talking to people. And people tell me that they like the 5,000. I told them, we're not against the 3,000, but we're recommending 5,000, okay? Yes. These are the issues that we think is paramount, but we need to hear your input. We need to hear from you. Councilwoman Gowdy, anything you want to say?
Yes. I really want to ask the resident a question. $3,000 is not enough. It only for the materials, and I'm looking forward to doing $5,000. That way you can have some leeways to get whoever you have working on your home, inside or outside, will do the job and get paid. So it won't be no strain on you, and you can definitely pick your own contractors. We do not want you to feel like you have to pick East Cleveland contractors. And that's why we are pushing this, so you can be free. You have to do with the money.
In connecting to what Councilwoman Gowdy says, let's say we reach a consensus on 5,000. You get to choose the contractor you want to do the work, okay? It still all has to come through the administration, because you come here to get your application. We have not agreed as August 1st to be the time to apply. We have to, this is where we're somewhat at an impasse. We have to agree on all of this, not just the council, but the administration. And that's what we're hoping that with the public hear this and hear both sides of this. We're not taking a side. We're just saying that we are recommending the 5,000. We are recommending fire and police issues, the ambulance and all that. We're recommending infrastructure, not just Euclid Avenue and the main streets, but the side streets. Yeah. Some of you pull out and you hit those. We're recommending we use that money this year. And then next year, we got another pot of money. So this is where we're at. To sum it up, that's where we're at. Positively, okay? We're here to help support our residents. So we need to hear from you. So Councilwoman Gotti, let's open it up to the public, okay?
Okay, and I definitely want to hear from the public if they think that.
Okay, when can we ask questions?
Hold on.
I definitely want to hear from the public to see if they $3,000 is enough money. Or would you rather have the 5,000?
Okay, when can we ask questions?
As you ask a question, please give us your name, because we are recording this. And at the end of this meeting, we are going to convert it, and it is going to be up on council's YouTube channel, because council does believe in being transparent, so that the rest of the residents of the city will see that council wants everybody to see that the residents did have a chance to speak and voice their concerns and their opinions about this money. So if we see your hand up, I will call on you. Once you.
What if we're on the phone and we're not on the Zoom? Can we still ask questions?
Yes, you can.
Tracy, make sure they give us their name, okay?
Right, and that's what I'm going to ask. Okay, so I see, it looks like the name is Rose Cash. I see that there's a hand up. Okay, Ms. Cash?
Yes, Rose Cash, that's my name.
Okay, you have a question?
Okay, yes, I like the idea about the 5,000 instead of the 3,000. And I'd like to know, did the date change about August 1st for the application?
How does a person that's on the phone put their name in for a question?
Hold on one second. I'll tell you how you can raise your hand on the phone. Okay. Ms. Cash, go ahead.
Yes, I was saying that did the date change for August 1st as far as picking up the application from City Hall?
The date is still the same at this point. Where we're at a standstill is whether it's going to be 3,000 or 5,000. That's
okay. Well, I vote for 5.
Okay, we put it down. Put it down.
Put it down. Put Rose down.
Thank you.
The next question.
My name is Mrs. Oatman. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Ms. Oatman.
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Dora Oatman, and I also think 5,000 is much more reasonable because these old houses need a lot of work on them. Hello. Hello.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Oatman. We make sure that you put her name down.
Yes.
Okay. I want to ask a question. Can I ask a question now?
Yes, you can.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Phyllis Mosley, and I was looking, I got the flyer, And you have this broken down, as Councilman Martin said, to $13,000. Now I'm looking at this, the budget allowed for the home
13 million,
improvements.
ma'am, 13 million, not pounds, a million.
I said 13 million. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the budget here. You had it broken down 2, and then the 7, which comes to 13 million. Now the 2 million that's going to be allowed for the home improvements. How is this going to be with, you're going to say that we're going to, if you change the grant money to 5,000, where the administration said that 1,000 houses would be done with that money. And if you change it to 5,000, that's almost double. That means only 500 to 550 households may be getting done. How is that going to benefit us? And how do you plan to justify the same amount of money, but less homeowners? I mean, that won't really benefit the city. I can't see how that'll benefit the city. And this is federal money, and we have to be very careful how we use it, because if it's not scrutinized right, then, you know, we won't be getting federal money in the future. So how can we make that 5,000 cover the 1,000 homeowners that they said that they could cover?
We will still cover 1,000 homes because we got $27 million.
Oh, okay.
You get the 27 million, but you only get 13 this time, and you got it allocated out here 2 million, then 7 million for infrastructure. So that's what I'm saying. How are you going to give us 5,000 for 1,000 homeowners when they said that 3,000 would take care of the 1,000 homeowners? Somebody's going to get lost out. I mean, almost half of us won't get money.
Ma'am, it's $27 million total. You has been suffering for so long. We putting this in front.
Yeah, but the 27 million is over 2 periods of time. So what are you saying? Some of us would have to wait till the next round of money come in, till that next 13 million come around? Is that what you're saying?
Good question.
All 1,000 people will get their $5,000. We still.
But I guess I'm not understanding, because how are you going to do it on this budget? That's what I'm asking, because I don't want to get left out. I mean, you're saying this, it sounds good, but it's will it work? Because like I said, these are federal funds, and they will be scrutinizing us. And if we don't do it right, we won't be getting funds in the future.
We'll be getting funds in the future. $13 million. $5 million of that will be for the homeowners.
But you say on here 2 million. I got the paper. I'm looking at the paper here. That's why I just want some clarification.
What paper do you have, ma'am?
The flyer that Councilman Martin and Gotti sent out. Yeah, the one that says we are inviting you to attend the State of the City teleconference.
No, I didn't get that. But
well,
I know
got it with 2 pictures, with both of their pictures on it. And I mean, this was sent out. I got the flyer.
Okay. Well,
we got $13 million,
may I speak?
Ma'am, to do this with, and it's more than enough to work with you. And then there are other monies that we had in the past.
Was that Miss Oakley?
Now, ma'am, if you want to,
no, that was not me.
We'll put you down for the 3,000.
Okay, well, I understand that I'm unmuted also.
Were you pleased with Enterprise for your car?
I purchased the Enterprise.
Were you pleased with them?
Yes.
Which one did you go to?
The one alongside.
Oh, okay.
Right here in Make Light.
Hello. This is Pamela Davidson and Elaine Duffy. We wanted to know about the allocation. Is this first come, first serve, or will each person that applies for the funds receive some type of funding?
So far, it's going to be the first 1,000 people.
So,
and we also looking to give renters some money too. It's just that we have to budget.
Hello.
Councilwoman Galvey, can you repeat that?
Yeah.
We lost you for a moment. Could you repeat that last portion?
We got to get Let's get their names. What is this echo in the back?
Oh, wow.
Hello?
Please mute your mics.
Okay, what's your name?
No, I'm not gonna mute my mic. I'm at work. When I got this flyer, I got
My
this flyer
name is
today, less
Pamela
than 48
Davidson.
hours.
Okay, my name is Pamela
How do you have a
Davidson.
meeting? How do you have a meeting in less than 48 hours? The same flyer that this resident was talking about is the same one that was left on my door. I live on 3rd. My name is Cedar Johnson. This right here,
We got out in the street and passed these flyers out. We don't have a newspaper. We got out
okay.
in the street and passed these. So we did the best we can. Come on.
Well,
Nate,
We did the best.
Nate, Nate, no, please lower your voice when talking to me. You're very, very loud, okay?
Okay.
Number one, less than 48 hours is not enough time to have a proper meeting, okay? This flyer that the resident stated before was on my door today. Today is Monday, the 19th. This meeting is today.
well, you at least got a flyer. I don't know whether or not they, pass these out, but my name is Julia McCoy, and I didn't get a flyer. But I would vote for the 5,000 if they're going to try to negotiate
Well, here's
that.
the thing. Some of us need more than 5,000.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that's going to be.
That's the thing right there. And
That is true. That is true. But I
before
think they're trying to
in
get
the
a
past.
general consensus of whether or not you would prefer the 5,000 to the 3,000.
Who
So
wouldn't
that's.
pay 5,000? That's just plain. and
I
simple
know.
English
I
right
know
there.
that. All of us
If you
know
want to vote
that.
for $3,000, maybe you would drop it
No,
on your head.
that's
at
why
some
they're
point.
trying to get past that and go to the 5,000.
Well,
So
how
they're
about
trying
we
to
just
get a
say
general
5,000?
consensus. And I would.
5,000 off rip,
Mhm.
because guess what? Some people need more than $5,000 worth of work.
And
done
I
to
know
their
that
house.
you're correct because I
I
feel
am
the
one
same
of
way.
those people.
Okay.
I'm vested. I'm here, whether if I've been here for 5 minutes or 5 years,
You can have it
I'm
for
still
Okay.
vested.
Well, we understand that probably all of us feel that way,
Of
but
course,
they're
of
not.
course.
They're not. This
Right.
is not what they're discussing with each individual. But they just wanted to get a consensus of whether we agreed with them asking for the 5,000, or if we get more, that would be good too. But I just
No,
wanted to
a
put
lot
my
of our
vote
homes
in.
have structural issues.
I know that. I know that.
And
My
This-
house
this
is
don't make
almost
no
100 years old, so I know
Mine
what you
is.
mean.
All
Yeah.
right. Excuse me. My
Yeah.
name is Francine Item. Hello.
Yeah.
Cynthia.
Okay,
Hello, can you hear me?
wait before you speak.
Everybody
Okay,
need a home.
okay.
Tracy?
let me mute myself back out and go back in here and go back to work while I'm listening to this.
Okay.
Y'all have a blessed day.
You
also.
too.
Hello, I'm Francine Item.
Okay, wait, hold it for a second, Francine. Put Julia down on the list. She said,
Okay.
okay, Francine, you
McCoy, McCoy.
I spoke earlier. This is Pamela Davidson and Elaine Duffy. Could we please be put down on the list?
Yes. Duffy.
how do you spell your last name, Miss Duffy?
Duffie.
All right.
And Pamela, Pamela Davidson, Davidson.
So what do you suggest?
I suggest the 5,000 be allocated.
Yes, so do I.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you ready
Hello?
for now, Francine Item?
The next people, go ahead.
All right. My name is Francine Item. The last name is spelled IDOM.
Okay, Miss Item, go ahead.
And I do agree with the $5,000 to be allocated to each homeowner. I understand that this is just a start, but we have to start somewhere.
Thank you.
You know, I do understand that. And as the lady said before, sometimes these homes need more. My home is quite old also, but we do have to start somewhere. And the 5,000 seems a little bit more feasible than the 3,000.
Exactly, I agree.
Okay. Now, my other question is, you said that this opens up for the 1st, August 1st. Well,
Right.
that is a Sunday as far as filling out the application.
Well, that's the way.
Sunday.
That's the
Yeah,
way. Listen, everybody, we only one can talk at a time. I'm trying to respond to her.
All right, I'm listening.
Go to the mayor's office to put in an application. He structured this time. He set it up for August 1st. That's how it is. He was invited to be a part of this. So let's go with August 1st because you got some things in the mail from him saying August 1st. So we'll go with August 1st. Okay.
August 1st is a Sunday.
All right, well, I didn't get anything in the mail. Is the application online?
My name,
Can you give
The website
my
is
name
on
is
the,
Catherine Moore. I did get a letter in the mail. You can go online on August 1st.
Oh,
But on the letter that you can go on August 1st to input for your request. And it also states that each homeowner has to be up on their
Taxes.
property taxes.
Right.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Counselor Martin, you have two people with their hands up that have been waiting for
Hello?
about 5 minutes.
Excuse me, Tracy.
Come out of there. Hello?
Tracy.
Yes.
Counselor Martin, you have two people that have had their hands up for about 5 minutes.
Okay, Tracy.
Hello?
Know that. Listen, let me tell y'all about the rules. The rules is you don't have to be on no restriction on this. This $5,000 will not be no restriction. Again, $5,000 will not have no restriction on it.
Hello?
One moment, please.
okay?
Hello?
There's some criteria that we're working on that. Okay, but between the 3,000 and 5,000, all that can be done. Now what we're proposing, what we'll be doing after we have this meeting, we'll be meeting with the mayor again, so we can all see if we're on the same page. That's where we're at. Thank you.
Again, we do not want no restriction on this money because our residents work so hard and this is taxpayer money. That we can ask for is the effort of the people that work best to do the work. The next question, please.
Miss Henderson, you're next, please.
Hello?
Hello?
Miss
Hello, I just
Henderson,
want to
you're
say,
next.
my name is Mary Henderson, and I would like to agree on the $5,000 also.
Yes, my name is May
All
Patton.
right, Mary, we got you down, Mary.
You were trying to call me?
Hello?
May Patton.
Hello?
One moment, please. Miss Henderson was next.
Hello? May Patton.
How do you know it's all filled up?
Hello?
Yes, Miss
Hello?
Patton. Go ahead, Miss Patton.
Oh, okay. Do you have what number?
My
I
name
can't
is
hear
May
you.
Patton. Hello?
May
Hello?
Patton, one moment, please.
Go ahead, Miss.
Okay.
May Patton.
No, that's not. No, I have another number.
All right, May Patton, go ahead.
Yes, my name, I'm for the 5,000 too, rather than the 3,000.
Okay, Miss Patton, I got you.
Since the applications are started on the 1st and it's on a Sunday, and if you don't have a computer, how can I come down to the office to pick up the application?
Those you have to pick up from the mayor's office, ma'am.
91.
So
Friday?
you can come down any day after the 1st, after
Yes,
Sunday,
to the mayor's
Monday?
office.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can. Next question.
If they ask for that,
yes, I have a few questions.
Hello, my name is Nancy Townsley.
219.
Yes, my name is Oliver Bell.
Well, there were two
Empty
people
person,
who
they
called.
missed
I got
the
called. The first
Hello?
Mr. Bell, yes?
Yes.
It's too many people talking at the same
Okay,
time.
one moment.
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Bell, go ahead.
Okay, I have to go to the mayor's office to get the application.
Yes, or you could call up there and they'll send you one.
which is
Oh,
all that off too.
okay. So just how do I win the $1,000?
How do I win?
Which $1,000, sir?
Right.
$1,000 for the rent.
Yes.
Oh, that one's
Usually
not
it's-
in effect yet. That one, Ms. Gowdy?
You know, he can call it anyway.
Huh?
We is in negotiation with the mayor for $1,000 for all renters. We cannot forget about our renters.
I can't hear
Okay.
you.
Hello,
Hello?
hello.
Okay, one moment, please.
Hello?
Mr. Bell,
All right.
one moment, please.
Okay.
Miss Alberta
Okay.
Johnson, you're next.
Hello?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I have been listening to the meeting. I understand what's being said, and I would like to be put on the list, please. And I agree with the $5,000 for the repairs on the home.
Okay, that one, ma'am,
Put it
could you
down,
call
Alberta.
the council
You
office?
give him your
please?
name.
Alberta's slowing down.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nancy Townsley.
Hello, Nancy, how are you?
How you doing, Nancy?
Okay,
I'm for giving the homeowners the $5,000, and I would appreciate if my name could be added to the list as well.
All right.
okay, Miss Townsend, I spelled it
Yes,
Townsend, right?
I'm sorry, I could not hear you.
Okay, did you spell Townsend, Townsend?
No, that's TOWNSLEY.
Oh, SLEY. Okay, your name is added to the list. Okay,
Thank you.
Hello,
Okay, everybody, one moment, please.
hello.
You know what?
My name
Mr.
is,
I told him.
Okay,
Hello?
everybody, one moment, please. You know what, Counselor Martin, I think the easiest way, anybody that is interested for the $5,000, if we had them call the council office,
tomorrow?
their name and phone number would be the best option.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. I'm gonna give you our number. The number is 216-881-2310.
Would you repeat that, please?
Please.
Hello?
681-2310. I repeat,
Hello?
Oh, 2310, okay.
681-2310.
Okay.
And that is the council office?
That's the council office. All around, start at 9 o'clock. All of you call to make sure that we have you on the list. Because we'll be meeting with the mayor hopefully next week. Okay? Again, the council office is 216.
Repeat the phone number again, please.
216-681-2310. Okay, and our
it's too many people talking.
Okay, I'm gonna mute everybody. Okay, hold on. All right,
okay, let me say it again. The council office number 681-2310. I repeat, the council number office is 216-681-2310. Our council clerk is Tracy Peters. She will pick up, she's on the phone. She's on the phone right now. She's the one that's controlling the meeting. She will write all your names and numbers down so we can present this to the administration when we meet with them in about a week. And let's proceed. Thank you.
yeah, and what else I'll do when you call, I think the best thing, I can take your addresses as well. The other clerk in the office, her name is Victoria, and her direct line is 681-2312. This way we will have your phone numbers, your address and your names. It will make it just so much easier.
Okay,
We'll have a nice list and we can do a database. And I so appreciate everybody's patience. And this way we can get information out to you directly.
right. And if it seems like I'm hollering, it's because we're on these microphones and we can't control how it goes. So I hope people don't get upset. So we want to do this right. We need your input. It's very important that we get your input. So let's continue. Thank you.
Hello, I have a question.
What's your name?
Yes, my name is Leona Bailey. I just want to know, how are you going to pick and choose the people to get this money?
I think we're going to go with the people to put in till we run out of the money. When we run out the money, we'll do it again next year. So this will be administered by the administration, by the mayor, but it's going to be, we're going to keep going. I think they're going to keep going until we run out of the money. Okay, all right, because we got 13 million coming this year. Again, I hope not to be redundant, and then we got another 13 million coming next year. Okay, so our priority, and I can say this for all of us here, is to make sure that the residents get this 5,000. That's the top priority.
Yes, and that's why we're trying to get the information out.
That's why we got out the last 2 days, did the best we can to get flyers out, and it was draining to us. We got out there and got the flyers out the best we could, because we don't have a newspaper, regular newspaper. So be patient with us. Thank you.
Hello?
We only get the sunrise.
Yeah, is this also?
Hello.
Good evening.
Go ahead. What's your name?
Deborah Edgton.
Okay, Deborah, spell your last name.
EDG.
EDG.
ES.
Yes.
TON.
Okay, go ahead, Deborah.
I have a sort of weird question for you. I would like to have my garage done with that funding, but the house next door to me is vacant, is abandoned, and the tree is interfering with the integrity of my home. Is there any way I could get that tree taken down or trimmed down without having to fund that?
Well, I had a tree cut down that about 8 months ago. It cost me $3,000. So I know what you're talking about. My suggestion to you that you try to talk with the mayor and see if they can do something to help you. Something. He might. What is it? We may have money, but you have to talk with the mayor, because they don't like to go in people's backyard. They'll do it a lot of times. You do fun stuff, do stuff close to the street. So
yeah, but what I'm saying is the house next door to me,
right,
is abandoned.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So you need to have that conversation. What I'm saying, and this is just a suggestion, that you need to have this conversation with the mayor, him or his assistant, or Michael Smedley. One or two, they can help you with that. They can tell you whether they can help you or not. Okay? You want to tell you the truth? That's the best way to proceed. Talk to Mayor Brandon King or the Chief of Staff, Michael Smedley. Thank you.
Michael, you said Michael Smith?
Smedley, Smedley. Michael Smedley.
That's the mayor's assistant.
Yeah, the mayor's assistant.
Oh,
Okay,
Councilor Martin, Councilor Austin's online. Hi, Councilor Austin.
No, he's got to.
Good evening, Madam Clerk. How are you?
I'm good.
We gotta wait.
No, he's just online. How are you?
Okay, we'll get to him.
Can I ask a question now?
Yeah, we need to hear from the rest.
My name is Deasia Doremus. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. I was just wondering, the $2 million that's going to fix the city hall, what all is that fixing? To just repair the elevator?
No,
what all are you fixing with that $2 million?
And everything else.
Okay, the only money, if we can reach an agreement that will come to City Hall, is to repair the elevator. That's it. Okay,
it costs $2 million to repair the elevator?
No.
And it's condemned building?
For the elevator and other urgent items.
Other urgent, but the elevator is just, we got a jail issue, but the main thing is the elevator.
I cannot hear you, sir.
Main thing is the elevator. The other, I'm not sure about. We're pushing the elevator. Okay.
How you not sure? And
Okay.
y'all the ones who.
Okay, we're pushing.
How are you not sure? And y'all the ones who supposed to be in charge of the meeting, and you supposed to have answers to my question.
What's your question?
What is the $2 million funding for the city hall? And it's the building is condemned.
No, the building is not. Where do you get that from? The building is not condemned. It was condemned. We couldn't be here.
The police department and everything is all downhill. So what is the 2 million funded for? Because on the paper it just says for the elevator and urgent items. So what's the urgent item?
Okay, the building is not condemned. If it was, people couldn't be working in here. We have a lot of employees in here. It needs to be there, but it's not condemned. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna piggyback.
And we definitely want to put money into the jail and then.
Okay. Listen, y'all. We're gonna say scrap the elevator and we're gonna make sure that it's ADA accessible on the first floor for senior citizens. And everybody else can take the stairs. If y'all talking about throwing $2 million in for an elevator, that makes no economical sense at all whatsoever. You got to tell that to somebody who nobody on this line is stupid or dumb. Nobody.
If you want to be argumentative, that's your prerogative. What we
No, Nate, I'm not argumentative. I said nobody on this line is ignorant. Nobody. Now, $2 million.
We deserve to know where
y'all called this. You all called this, Nate.
Okay, let me say what I need to say, please. What we got down here is repair the elevator and other urgent items as needed at City Hall.
Okay, you know something? I tell you what, Nate, please have it in black and white. Everybody should get this in black and white. We want everything listed in chronological order of what needs to be done in City Hall that you're asking that we allocate this $2 million for in black and white. We have the right. I hope that you have it ready.
Well,
you have so much to say.
Then that money can go toward other residents.
Tracy, if they're talking out of turn, you gotta remove them.
Mute who? You? What, Nate? You mad? You mad, Nate?
Because we the residents, so you need to be listening to us.
Nate, I'm gonna have a whole conversation with your son. That is my cousin.
Hey, you going all out of turn? Like I'm using my regular voice. You don't have to scream. I can get smart too.
Yes, ma'am. Now we all have the right to talk. I unmuted myself because what she had to say was very valid.
If you listen,
so I'm just piggybacking off what the young lady said.
No answer. You still talk about urgent items. That's not enough information. We're trying to see where the money is going.
Money is going where cities go. I mean,
it look like somebody upset to me.
Everybody can.
Somebody upset to me. Nobody is ignorant on this line. Everybody got good common sense.
Listen, sometimes you don't listen. You speak, but you don't listen.
Excuse me, Nate. I'll see you in person, sir.
Right. But let me.
I'll see you in person.
He's trying to enforce his will on people.
Okay, repair. Listen for a second, please. Okay.
We've been listening. That's the whole problem.
Talk like a diplomat, sir.
What? Okay, I'm going to read it.
Talk like a diplomat, sir.
Okay, repair the elevator and other urgent items as needed at City Hall.
Other urgent items.
And that has to be prioritized.
Okay, now everything that needs to be repaired, we would like that in writing. We would like that in writing.
Okay, if you want to come up to City Hall, we have it in writing.
Okay, guess what also too? It should be distributed to the citizens of East Cleveland also in a newsletter, seeing how this is what you all like to do. Every resident. You distributed this about a meeting.
Councilor Martin, you have another counselor online that can help answer some of those questions.
Tracy, Tracy, you got to control this. We got 4 or 5.
Councilor Martin, you have another counselor online that can help answer some of those questions.
Move on, Tracy. Move on.
Move on to the rest.
Counselor Austin's also online that can help answer those questions. Those are just.
But you're going to have to move on.
Hi, Counselor Austin. Hello.
On to the next president. We told him.
Counselor Austin.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm well, thank
Knows
you.
the
I can't,
problems at City Hall and why that money was also put there. He agreed to that.
right, I would actually like to address a few of the residents' questions and or concerns. I just want
Okay.
to put the disclaimer out there saying that this is a discussion about how the council would like to have influence on how the money is spent. These dollars have
Mhm.
not been earmarked yet. So there's still a meeting that has to
Correct.
happen with the administration so that we can make it a united front as to how we can best serve the residents going forward. So it is a
Correct.
great thing that you want to see your city hall in a much better state, but I ask that you consider another location for City Hall within the city of East Cleveland, because we have an opportunity, the administration has an opportunity to buy a building from the county that is very well maintained that will require some retrofit. And if we consider that second location and putting the $1 million in there to have these sections that are in the City Hall that we're in right now actually transition down to that other location, that would be a absolutely phenomenal opportunity for us as a city. Everything
Okay,
administrative
so
on one floor.
so the city is planning on buying a new building in
We
a
are,
different
the city is,
location.
administration is considering, so more to
So
follow.
why
So
would
there,
you? Let me ask you this. So why would you spend $2 million on repairs and an elevator if you all are considering buying a new building?
well, I'm going to give you something that's straight from Councilman Austin. This is a meeting that has been put together by Councilwoman Gowdy and Councilman Nathaniel Martin, two members of council, and there's a 5-member body. So you only see their documents or their faces up there because this is something that they kind of came up with together, and an opportunity for them to kind of come before the people to tell them what they think, as opposed to having the total consensus to move forward in a way that involves the administration. Because the everyday
But they
business
can't even
of the
answer my
city is,
questions. They had to get you to come answer the question. They
no,
hosted
they
the
didn't.
meeting.
They didn't. We talked about these 4 points in a meeting just with the council. So bear with that resident want to drive by with his loud music. Okay, so yeah, as a body, we came up with these recommendations. So it wasn't just those 2 councilors, but we do want to make sure that we provide you some measure of information and not in a way that is respectfully politically motivated. So we want to do right by the residents. So there's no additional dollars. If once you go beyond $2 million in that category, then it's a first come, first serve. And I really don't want to say that it's $2 million, period. If these
I'm asking
recommendations to
about
the
the city
administration
hall.
stand.
Like, where is the money going that's funding for the city hall? Like, if you all can't, like, where is that money going to go?
Let me share one note with you. So
if that money is going to repair an elevator and quote urgent items, like we should be able to know where that money is going to, because if that's not up to $2 million, then shouldn't the money just go to
right. So
other
let
residents?
me share one more note. I don't want to be in your way for too long. As it pertains to the document that you see before you, there is not enough room on this document to address all of the issues that may be opportunities to resolve in City Hall. And subject to neither of the 2 persons that presented this information today having the janitorial nor the logistics capacity to share with you specifically what is required to fix City Hall so everybody be satisfied and all needs met, they don't have it. So this is just telling you what is on the horizon. I hope it is just a broad stroke of a brush. So some of the specific details, they're not available to them. However, if we did allocate those dollars to, say, improvement of the City Hall's footprint and or workspaces for the employees of City Hall, I think that would be a more, how can I say, accurate assertion as to what these dollars may be spent for.
Can I interject
It's
here?
going to City Hall
Can I interject
employees.
for a moment?
Give them a round of applause. Councilman Austin for that, because like we said, we are discussing it. We got to, this is what this is for the residents to see if they want $5,000 or $3,000, because I think $5,000 is good enough for our residents.
That was not my question. I appreciate you for coming in, Austin. You were
Okay,
much more help than the other 2 council people.
Please.
Well, you just lost that vote.
Yes.
Thank you, Counselor Austin. That was a good explanation.
Council, Austin, Councilman Austin and
yes, ma'am.
Gowdy and
Hello?
You faded out, ma'am. I could not hear you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Austin? Oh, thank you so much. Once again, this is Francine Item, and I think what the issue is, some of the residents don't understand that what you have is a proposal. It's not something that's written in stone, and you can't say, yes, it's going to be $2 million to the city hall, or it's a proposal. So meaning that it hasn't been decided, it's not in stone. And I think that's where they're maybe getting a little difference about it, is because they're not sure, they're not aware that it's just a proposal.
I want to check out, Councilman Mark, can I have one more note?
Yeah, go ahead, because
as far as the $3,000 per homeowner, that is, we are all in agreement with that. That's the mayor's office as well as the council. We all support that.
I'm not in agreement with that. I'm not.
Let me finish, please. We are proposing as a council that we increase that number to $5,000. I also talked with the mayor, not in front of everybody, but just a gentleman's discussion, advising that by the time you buy the material and every piece of material.
Councilor Austin, unmute yourself. You got muted.
Okay, so with that, this is definitely a request from the council to increase the dollars that are available. And considering the increase in material, after my discussion with the mayor, we did agree that this was, a good start. However, I think a little bit more is necessary. And in order to get the most bang for our buck, we may have to reduce that or leave that dollar at 3,000 to cover more of our residents. So more to follow and more to follow. And I do appreciate having this discussion, but this is just something that we are proposing as a council, and whether it becomes the reality or not has yet to be seen, but we are moving forward in a way that benefits the residents because we care and it does matter. Thank you.
I'm going to do everything that I can to make the resident to be happy for $1,000, because $3,000 only going to cover some of the material, and they deserve more. This is Council Vice President Juanita Gowdy, and I'm going to turn this over to my colleague, Councilor Martin.
Okay, I'm not here to argue with anyone. It is, the lady put it in perspective, it is a proposal, okay? Now, we're recommending 5,000. Nothing of this is set in stone. It's all negotiable, okay? This is our position, it's 5,000. The main priority of all this that we have listed is to make sure residents get at least 5,000 for their homes. Now, a council functions as a body. So if the majority of us, and we all sit down and talked about this, we agreed on the 5,000. Now we need to talk with the mayor. We haven't had a real concrete conversation about the 5,000. That's why I said hopefully next week we can do that. Okay, we're reaching out to you guys to hear how you feel. 90% of the people we talked to, the 12 people we talked to so far, want the 5,000. Well, we think we can negotiate that. That's what we're going to attempt to do. So if it seems like I'm hollering because we're speaking in these microphones and this Zoom stuff, I just want you guys to hear me. Okay, I'm not here to put anyone down or whatever. So be patient with us because we're reaching out to you. Okay, thank you. Here, let's move on.
So we and the flyers will encourage us to do just for the $5,000, but we want $1,000 for renters too. Could you please speak the next resident?
Hello? Next resident, let's see. Next person?
Yes, I don't know who's in line. This is Nidra Moore. Just a comment, it may have been said, but I have to step away regarding the applications on August 1st. I think go online to get those. You don't have to go to the mayor's office. You can go online to the East Cleveland City website on August 1st and get the application.
Okay. Well, if you can't go online, then can you go down and pick up the application from the office?
Yes. They said there will even be someone there on the 1st, which is a Sunday.
Oh, so you can go on a Sunday.
Yes, that's what I understood from the last mayor's conference, that on that first day, someone will be there.
So this
hours.
application that you get, are the applications filled by first come, first person get their application in?
That's what I understand, but it's
out
of 500 to 1,000 people or households perhaps. So it's, it should be far reaching, but yes, it's basically first come, first serve. I guess, there'll be time stamped or whatever, whether they're hand delivered, mailed, or returned electronically, as I understand it.
Oh, so, okay.
You don't have to have your project picked out. Simply the return of the application with the appropriate, verification that you qualify, which is pretty limited.
Why is the council saying this?
What you haven't done, what type of work you haven't done, is that what you mean?
Apply, no.
When you apply, you have to have the work, you have to have the name of the project you haven't done, or the work you haven't done.
To verify your ownership, what is it, 5 years, current bill, or something like that, or something. And,
Hello, how can I ask a question?
The ownership, they need to be able to check the status of your taxes, that they're current or that you're in a payment plan. So it's very minimal criteria, and you do not have to have your work picked out of your contractors. It's simply get the application in.
Oh, so you have to have proof of your taxes.
Is another citizen saying this?
Just that you're current. They need to be able to check with the county that you're current or in a payment plan.
So what do you have to bring to show? You have to bring something to show that you are current in your taxes?
Yeah, not to pick up the application, but there are 2 or 3 things that you have to include when you return it. And I don't remember them exactly, so I don't want to go on record, but I'll just be calling from the mayor's town hall a week ago.
Oh, so when you return your application, you have some proof of your taxes being current, right?
Or that they can check it. Yes, ma'am. I think a utility bill and a couple other things that just show proof of, that you've been here, 3 years or 5 years, whatever it is, as a homeowner, that you're current or in a plan on your taxes, maybe one other thing, but it's not income based, and you don't have to have your plan worked out. You just have to get the application in that shows that you meet the criteria.
Oh, okay. So those statements that they sent out in the mail about whether your taxes, if you've been living there, if can you bring that to show that you've been there for so many years and
yeah, you don't need anything to pick up the application. You just need to provide what the application tells you when you return it completed.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Well, add my name to the list, May Patton, for the $5,000.
Okay, I want to intercede and interject. I want to. We get feedback.
Hello.
Okay. Okay,
Anybody?
Yeah, what I wanted to say is I appreciate what the lady who listened to the mayor's town hall, appreciate what she said, but I want to say this to everyone. It will be administered through the mayor's office. It's his responsibility. I'm going to give you a number. I don't want people coming August 1st and they don't have what they need. I'm going to give you the mayor's number. You can start calling tomorrow to see what you need. The number is 216-681-2208, 216-681-2208, 216-681-2208. You'll probably talk to Belinda Kyle, his executive assistant, or the chief of staff, Michael Smedley. I just want to share that. Thank the lady for the knowledge that she had. Thank you. Let's move on.
Okay. The next question, please.
Hi, yes, I was wondering how I can be Can you repeat the phone number again, please?
We're going to give council numbers.
I'll say it as quietly as I can. The council number is 681-2310, 681-2310, 681-2310. Either Tracy Peters will pick up the phone or Victoria Deneau. We have two clerks, and they'd be glad to accommodate you. And those who have questions about putting in the application to the mayor's office, I'll give you his number too. 261-68-2208. 216-681-2208. That's the mayor's office. Let's move on.
Next question, please. Mute that Tracy again. We'll wait on council clerk.
What do you need?
We're here to give a lot of feedback, Tracy.
I don't see anybody else with the question. Miss Linda?
Yeah.
Linda has your hand up?
Yes, I have my hand up. Okay,
Okay.
so my name is Linda Taylor.
Okay.
And I understand the concern in terms of the 5,000 versus the 3,000, because what it appears is that 3,000 will enable more people to get the assistance than the 5,000. But you know, I mean, I'm a long-term resident, and I pay big bucks through Rita, all right, for East Cleveland services. I'm really for the 5,000. My house is like 100 years old, okay, like everybody else's, and they're big, you know, they're big needs. And I think that some of the concerns that are expressed by the residents is related to the long-term financial issues that East Cleveland has historically faced as a result of, you know, so much fraud that's gone through with the administration, and people get frustrated and they just want to make sure, you know, they just want to make sure that what's supposed to come to the residents comes to the residents.
Absolutely.
Oh, I am, you know.
Absolutely. I would make sure that we would know where every dollar at, because I will be keeping the tracker.
Right.
And
but
I want to, let me see that for a second.
This is why me and Councilor Martin is really pushing for this meeting, so you can be aware of what's going on in our city and about the money.
Okay. Linda Taylor, we appreciate what you said. The main thing is the mayor and the council have to reach some type of consensus on all these issues. Like the lady said, this is just a proposal, nothing set in stone. So we know that people want money to repair their homes. My home needs repairing. So we're trying to work this out. That's why I say that be patient with us, because we're trying. That's why we wanted to reach out to you guys, so we have a feel. So when we sit down with the mayor, we say that most of the people we talk to want to get the 5,000. So I think we're moving in the right direction.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And if you want to reach me and Councilor Martin, my number is area code 216-894-1177. Area code 216-894-1177. And Councilor Martin?
I'm going to give you my cell phone. They wake me up in the morning and I go to bed at night getting these calls. It's 216-417-9808. 216-417-9808. You can reach me. I pick up the phone 90% of the time. Thank you.
Okay, so next one is Rose Cash.
Hi, yes, I'd like to know how, what time can we get the applications on a Sunday? What time does City Hall open?
To be honest with you, we have to talk to the mayor because it's been on his flyer, the lady who was at his town hall meeting. So again, 681-2208, and they'll tell you. He controls that. So I don't want to give you misinformation. I'm going to tell you to call him direct. But Linda's very good. She'll tell you what the time. I didn't know. I'll share this with you. I didn't know it was a Sunday. So you educated.
I didn't either until somebody mentioned it on here.
Well, that's exactly what he said on a Sunday. So you really need to reach out and call him. And
Counselor Austin knows, he's raising his hand.
Yes.
Okay, Counselor Austin, do you know what
we
time?
getting ready to Tracy,
Yeah.
Tracy. We getting ready to take the calls from the resident, and then Counselor Martin.
He can tell you.
I mean,
what
Austin
time.
can be.
Okay, what time is it, Austin? What time?
Okay, they're gonna be around by the police desk. So there's gonna be a table and or a setup over there come through the police office entrance, and they will have the applications posted there. And the critical part is making sure that you have been added to the list. So I think somebody said they can call Belinda Kyle to have their names added. So I don't want you to think that this is an opportunity for you to have your name added to the list, because it's not. You're just being basically polled to say that you want to get 5,000 instead of 3,000. I did make a note here, and the chief of staff asked for the gas bill, light bill, and the Cuyahoga County My Place Cuyahoga will allow you to actually print out on behalf of the administration how long you've lived there, as well as the status of your tax. And that was one of the stipulations that you have to have, or three of those stipulations: gas bill, light bill, and be current on your taxes or be on a payment plan. So that is important that we come prepared for those things. If you don't qualify, get on a payment plan.
All right,
but you're gonna be good to go. Thank you.
What time? August 1st. What time?
All day long. They're going to be posted at the police desk all day long.
And really,
Mr. Austin, what's the beginning time? What's the beginning time?
And then
I'm going to ask the mayor if he can have them posted there at 11:59. So at 12:01, somebody can come get them a application and be on their way to completing the application and getting it turned in. So it is indeed first come, first served basis, but it's based on having signed up on the list in the mayor's office, not based on this phone call, not based on you grabbing an application. It's based on you being one of the number of persons on that list. And the list is already open and people have their names on it already. So please call Belinda Kyle, have her write your name on the list for you if you cannot get to City Hall to write it on the list yourself. It's gonna be operated. Thank you.
Counselor Austin, I just don't believe after the meeting that we just sit down and had that all these people have to be up under that restriction. This is not right for our people. What they should need is a name and address, and that's it, proof of residence. They should not be up under all these restrictions because that's their personal stuff.
Well, again, Councilwoman
And,
Gotti,
and a lot of times they behind because of the way our city is ran.
Hello?
Hello.
I do. Can I make one more note that I did forget?
Resident, we're going to go with the next resident, please. And we're going to come back.
I want to tell them about if they're on a paint program, electric program, porch program, any other roof program. If you're on those programs, you don't qualify for these dollars right here. So that's another boulder, if you will.
And that's the problem I have. That's a problem I have, Councilor Austin, because these are too many restrictions of our homeowner people that needs all these programs to fix up their home. We want them to stay in their home. We ain't trying to run nobody away. And
is this Council Gowdy speaking?
Yes, and like I said, I just want to give the people all the information so they can make a decision on which program is most important to them, whether it's a paint program, which if you are on a paint program, it costs $6,000 to get your house painted. I wouldn't trade $3,000 guarantee for $6,000 to have my needs met. So depending on, and if you're on a roof program, my roof cost me $9,000. $5,000 won't get it. So if you need a roof, stay on the roof program. So just so you know that these programs,
programs should be, they should be eligible for all these programs. I don't understand.
I didn't make this up, but The dollars are not infinite.
Why do they have one or the other when they should be eligible for all the program? And that's what I am going to push for. And I'm call me.
Amen.
Call me
Yes.
and thank you, Martin, if you have a problem, because y'all should be eligible for all the programs and you shouldn't be restricted.
Okay, and it's unfortunate that we have had these programs in place for years. And if you get a roof, you can't get any other programs for a number of years, and that is a part of the agreement that the person that receives the program. That's correct. So it's not just because you say it as a council person respectfully. You have to be able to follow the guidelines as set forth, and that's all I'm doing is providing you the federal line so you can make the right decision. Thank you very much. That's all I have.
Okay, now I have a question.
Let's move on to the next resident.
Yes.
Let's move on. Go ahead.
If as a property owner, you have a duplex that is 2 addresses, 2 different parcels, would you just be eligible for one of the grants, or would it cover both sides of the house?
One part of it.
What's
Pardon me?
Young lady, what's your name?
McCoy, Julia McCoy.
Julia, I want to be honest with you. I don't know the answer to that, but we can find out. I would suggest you call the mayor's office, 681.
You just live in one parcel.
They can answer that for you, because I don't know about the duplex. I really don't.
Okay, fine. I'll do that. Thank you. I didn't expect you to go into a discussion anyway. You know, so I know you can't take everything into consideration at this meeting that people have, you know, because things are complicated, really.
Yes,
so I would
is.
rather talk to you on a personal level about it anyway.
Thank you.
You have my number. You have Gowdy's number.
Yes.
So we want to help the residents.
This is what we're going to be doing, helping the residents. And we want to put the money and the power back into y'all hands.
Okay. Thank you.
Next resident.
Any more questions?
Hi, I've been trying to get into the line.
Hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
Your name?
My name is Leila Miller, and I'm calling because I was wondering about. I needed to know about the 2 phone numbers we can call, and then the website we need to do on August 1st to get on the list.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you the council number, Leila Miller, and I'm gonna give you the mayor's number. The council number is 681-2310. I repeat, 681-2310. The mayor's number is 681-2208. 681-2208. We know that the application is supposed to take place August 1st, but we haven't really confirmed the time. But again, if you call the mayor's office, they have all that, because all of it has to come through the mayor. They will be administering the program. What we have to do is sit down with the mayor to see what we can do on these issues, like the 5,000, the ambulance for the fire. All of that stuff is negotiable. This is all a proposal, but the $13 million is there this year, and the $13 million is there next year. So we're going to try to work this out the best we can. So we need the mayor, and the mayor needs us. Thank you.
Councilor Martin, we just had confirmation that she has to call the mayor's office to get on that list immediately in order to get an application, not the council office. She has to call the mayor.
Let me give it a number, Miss Miller. The mayor's number, you can call tomorrow, is 681-2208, 681-2208. Thank you. All right.
Yes, thank you.
And if Linda Cow don't answer, you can ask for Renee.
Renee?
Renee's number is 681-2211.
And that'll help me get on the list as well.
Yeah, you have to get on the list immediately in order to get an application.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anybody else, Tracy?
I don't see any hands up. Is there anybody else?
Okay.
I do have one more question. Hello?
Your name?
My name is Francine Idem.
Okay, go ahead.
you said that this application will be available online under the East Cleveland website. Is that correct? Is it going to be available prior to August 1st for those of us that have the ability to at least fill it out to bring it in? Is it going to be available before August 1st?
No.
No. All right. And what is it under? I mean, there are a lot of little sites there. Where do I go to get the application?
And what?
Excuse me?
I did.
Well,
once it becomes available, it should be on the main website. But from what we're hearing, now it looks like you have to be on a list first.
Oh, really? To access the application online, you're going to have to be on a list?
Well, the one counselor just said that you have to be on a list to pick them up. So now we don't know how it's going to work.
Okay.
Can I address that without mocking it?
Yes, Counselor Austin.
Yes, there are only so many slots, and in order for you to reserve your slot, if you will, you would have to be on that list. And it is imperative that you do call either Belinda Kyle or get in contact with Renee to make sure you are actually on the official list. This is just a poll to see what the residents want, whether it's 3,000 or 5,000, put a little pressure on the administration. But in order for you to officially be on the list, whether it's 3,000 or 5,000, you have to register with the administration, period.
Okay, so not giving my name and the information tonight was not putting me on the list. Is that correct?
It was not. That's correct. It was just a poll to see whether people want 3,000 or 5,000. That's it.
Okay, so I need to call. I've got so many numbers here that you give. And I'm sorry, what was the lady's name that I need to speak with again?
If you call Renee directly at 681-2211, she will make sure that you're on the list.
All right.
And if you want to call the mayor's office to waste some time or just delay your entry into the list, then you call Belinda Kyle at 681-2208. But it's imperative. They've already given this task to Renee. She's maintaining the list and great person, and she's waiting on your call.
All right.
That's for everyone on the call.
Okay, I want to just jump in here with Mr. Austin. Belinda Kyle is executive assistant to the mayor, and Renee Kendall, they all work in the mayor for the mayor. So he gave you two numbers.
God, good thing Austin was on here.
Okay, what we're going to do is that clerk will have all the names, the people who's on the list, and we will have that submitted to the mayor.
You're breaking up, Mr. Martin.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
What I was saying, Tracy, is you will get those who call you tomorrow. You collate all the names, and we'll send it up formally, especially to the mayor. These are the people that are interested in the program. So it won't hurt. So that's something that we can do tomorrow. Thank you.
It's a lot of static on the phone. It's a lot of static in the line.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello? Hi. Yes, my name is Lisa Hawkins, and I was calling because I wanted to know if, like, I filled out the form last, like, a while ago. I spoke with Renee last week, and so are we good to go for as far as being on the list?
Yeah. Well, we
Well,
don't. Yeah, we don't have anything to do with the application from the mayor's office, so I'm not sure if you did. Renee's very good, so if you did give her all your information, you probably are, but it might be worth it to call her again to be on the safe side.
Okay, because you guys had a town hall meeting last week, and the next day I did call Renee.
Okay, well, yeah, Renee, their town hall meeting is different than us. We are two different branches of government, but Renee is very good at what she does.
Okay, so just to be on the safe side, I need to call her again. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just for a comfort level, but Renee is very, very good. So is Miss Belinda Kyle. They're very good at what they do.
All right then. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you repeat Renee's number again?
It is 681-2211.
11. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions for the counselors? Your name, please?
Tracy, could you mute your mic?
Miss Gowdy, you're a little bit far away from the microphone, hon.
Mute everyone for a second.
I can even spell it, yeah.
Any other questions?
You got any more questions, Granny? All right.
Any other questions?
What we're going to do, Tracy, is we're going to have closing remarks from the council. People will start with where I need it. And Tracy.
Okay, I muted everybody, so it's just you and Miss Gowdy now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would like to thank everybody from coming out and hearing us. We are in a progress. In a process right now, fighting for you to get the $5,000 because we know how important it is to get things done around your house. A lot of people have houses that need to be remodeled, and we're going to fight because $3,000 is not enough. We are fighting for $5,000. Thank you.
Okay. And in concluding, we are in agreement on the 5,000. Yeah. Everything that we've talked about, from the elevators to a fire truck to an ambulance to infrastructure, all that's negotiable. Yeah. But the priority, that's why we reached out to the citizens, is this 5,000. We think 5,000 will help more. So we're hoping that we can reach an agreement with the administration so we can get this done. So keep us in prayer, but we're trying to do the best for you. Thank you for being a part of this. Forgive us if we weren't patient enough or whatever. We're trying to do the right thing. We're not perfect. Thank you.
And to everyone, tomorrow when you call the office, we won't be in the office until probably about 3 o'clock. Council and myself will be at the funeral services for the city of East Cleveland's first mayor, the Honorable Daryl Pittman. He did pass away last weekend. We will be attending his funeral in the morning. It is at 10 o'clock. And then we do have a council meeting at the library scheduled for 2 o'clock. So we won't be back in the office. I don't expect before 3:30. If there is no answer, please leave a message at the council office's voice message. Leave your name, phone number, and please leave your address so that we can write it all down. And like I said, I would like to start a database. We will be calling you back for your email address and that, so we can put you into our database so we can send you out updates. Again, thank you for attending this meeting. God bless and have a wonderful evening.
One second. I'm going to give you my personal number if you have any problems. Area code 216-894-1177. Thank you. And I'm going to say it one more time. My personal number is area code 216-894-1177. You have a blessed night and a good evening.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening.
Thank you.